Beneath the streets of southern Germany, something extraordinary has been unfolding for more than a decade. Entire mountains have been drilled through, cities have been tunneled under, and one of Europe's busiest rail hubs is being rebuilt, while trains continue running above it. This isn't just a station upgrade. It's one of the most ambitious rail engineering projects in modern Europe. A project involving more than 120 kilometers of tunnels, massive underground caverns, and a station built beneath an entire city. It's called Stuttgart 21. And when it's finished, it will completely transform how millions of people move across Germany. To understand why this project exists, you have to start with a design decision made more than a century ago. Stuttgart's main railway station, Stuttgart Hauptbahnhof, was built as a terminal station. That means trains enter the station, stop, and then reverse direction to continue their journey. In the early 1900s, this wasn't a major issue. But by the late 20th century, it had become a serious bottleneck. Stuttgart sits at a crossroads of major European rail corridors. Routes connecting cities like Frankfurt, Munich, and Mannheim all pass through this region. Yet every train entering Stuttgart had to stop, then reverse. Even modern trains that no longer needed to swap locomotives still faced the same operational delay. The result was a rail network that was slower than it should be, more complex to operate, and limited in capacity. For decades, engineers struggled with a fundamental question: how do you fix a railway bottleneck in the center of a major city? The answer was radical. Don't upgrade the station. Rebuild the entire rail hub. In 1994, planners proposed a bold idea. Instead of a terminal station, Stuttgart would build an underground through station. Trains would glide through the city instead of stopping and reversing. But making that happen required something enormous: a vast network of tunnels. After years of planning, Stuttgart 21 was officially approved in 2007. Construction began in 2010. And the project would eventually grow into a €9.79 billion infrastructure transformation. At the heart of Stuttgart 21 is a complete reorganization of the city's railway junction. The project includes 57 kilometers of new railway track, 59 kilometers of tunnel tubes, 16 tunnels and culverts, 44 bridges, all built in and around a dense urban area. Excavation of these tunnels began in 2013 and continued for nearly 9 years. Some sections were carved using massive tunnel boring machines, others required controlled blasting, and every meter depended on the geology beneath the city. Stuttgart sits in a basin surrounded by hills, so this vision presented a geological challenge. Below the surface lies a complex mixture of sandstone, clay, gypsum, and a rock called anhydrite. Anhydrite is one of the most difficult materials tunnel engineers can encounter. When it comes into contact with water, it expands dramatically. That expansion can generate enormous pressure against tunnel walls. In some cases, it can literally push concrete linings inward. So waterproofing the tunnels wasn't just important, it was critical. Engineers had to design reinforced tunnel linings capable of withstanding long-term pressure. They installed monitoring systems to detect tiny ground movements, and they conducted detailed geological surveys before excavation even began. Because underground, even small mistakes can become massive problems. But before we continue with the station itself, here's something interesting. If you enjoy seeing the hidden engineering that powers our world, from megaproject tunnels like this to power grids, ports, air traffic systems, and the infrastructure that quietly keeps modern life running, that's exactly what this channel explores. So if you're new here, consider subscribing to Engineering Your World, because every week we break down the massive systems most people never see, but rely on every single day. Now, back to Stuttgart, and the extraordinary underground station at the center of this entire project. At the center of Stuttgart 21 sits the new Stuttgart Hauptbahnhof. But unlike the old station, this one will be underground. Instead of terminating in the city, trains will pass straight through. The new station will contain 8 through tracks, dramatically improving traffic flow and reducing operational conflicts. But the station is also an architectural masterpiece. The roof is supported by 28 massive chalice-shaped concrete pillars. Each pillar spans 32 meters in diameter. Building just one requires roughly 350 tons of steel and 685 cubic meters of concrete. Above them, glass domes allow natural daylight to flood the underground platforms. So even though the station sits beneath the city, passengers will still feel like they're standing in an open space. Moving the railway underground does something unexpected. It frees up enormous amounts of land. Nearly 100 hectares in the center of Stuttgart will become available for redevelopment. That's the equivalent of roughly 250 acres of prime urban land. 2 new districts are planned. The Rosenstein district is about 50 hectares of residential and commercial development. It will also include a 20-hectare park and extensive green spaces. The Europa district is around 20 hectares of additional urban development. In other words, the railway project isn't just changing transportation. It's reshaping the city itself. Stuttgart 21 is only half of the transformation. The second component is the Wendlingen, Ulm high-speed railway line. Construction began in 2012. This new route stretches about 60 kilometers and includes 61 kilometers of tunnel tubes, 12 tunnels, and 37 bridges. Yes, the tunnels alone are longer than the line itself. The line entered operation in December 2022, and it dramatically changes travel across the region. This megaproject required tunnels through the Swabian Alps as well, which added to the complexity. Several tunnels along this route are among the longest railway tunnels in Germany. The Bosler Tunnel stretches more than 8.8 kilometers. The Alverland Tunnel runs over 8 kilometers. Others, like the Steinbull and Albabstieg tunnels, extend for several kilometers through mountainous terrain. Together they carve a high-speed corridor through the Swabian Alps. But the project isn't only underground. One structure rises dramatically above the landscape. Spanning the Fils Valley is a striking engineering structure. The Fils Valley Bridge. It stretches 485 meters long and towers 85 meters above the valley floor. That makes it the third highest railway bridge in Germany. From above, high-speed trains glide across the structure as if floating over the landscape. Below, the valley continues untouched. It's a reminder that infrastructure often blends engineering precision with environmental design. All of this engineering leads to one simple outcome: time. Travel times across the region are dropping dramatically. For example, the trip between Ulm and Stuttgart Airport will shrink from 1 hour and 35 minutes to just 30 minutes. Travel from Stuttgart city center to the airport will drop from 27 minutes to about 8 minutes. Routes that once required complicated transfers will become direct journeys. And more than 10 million long-distance passengers each year are expected to benefit. To understand the scale of Stuttgart 21, consider this. More than 6,000 people have worked on the project during construction. Funding for the €9.79 billion program comes from multiple partners including Deutsche Bahn, the German federal government, the European Union, the state of Baden-Württemberg, the city of Stuttgart, and dozens of engineering firms, contractors, and specialists have contributed. Because building infrastructure on this scale requires thousands of experts working together. Projects like Stuttgart 21 always raise a bigger question. Why spend billions rebuilding something that already exists? The answer lies in the future. Europe is pushing for a major shift from road travel to rail. Railways are more energy efficient. They produce far fewer emissions, and they allow cities to move millions of people efficiently. But those systems only work if the infrastructure can support them. Stuttgart's original station was built for a different century. Stuttgart 21 is being built for the next one. The idea for Stuttgart 21 began in 1994. It was approved in 2007. Construction began in 2010. Tunnel excavation ran from 2013 to 2022. Full completion is still in the future, but the main station is expected to be operational by the end of 2026. 3 decades of planning and construction, billions of euros, thousands of engineers, and more than 120 kilometers of tunnels hidden beneath the landscape. When passengers step onto the platforms of the new underground station, most will simply notice that their journey feels faster and smoother. But beneath their feet lies one of the most ambitious rail engineering projects in modern Europe. A hidden network of tunnels reshaping an entire region. And another reminder that the systems powering our world are often the ones we never see.